So I just kind of made a connection in my head and it kind of freaked me out about this scene. So we saw this scene in the sneak peek for season 19 and we've all been wondering where it was coming from. And it's Kody and Robyn riding doubles on a horse, which I'm going to talk about in just a minute here. But we got the episode description for not only tonight's episode where we find out about Garrison's passing at the end, but the episode after that, which talks about the fact that Kody and Robyn go to Wyoming ahead of the family for Garrison's passing. And I realized that this scene is likely, possibly going to be related to that. And I'd already kind of made fun of this scene and talked about it a little bit for a variety of reasons. Normally, you do not put two adult people on a horse unless it's like a really big horse. It's a general sort of rule that a horse should not carry more than 20% of its weight, including tack. So the person and the tack really shouldn't be more than 10% of their weight. For a smallish horse, that might be 200 pounds. For a bigger horse, it's, a lot of cowboys and stuff, I'm talking more like 250, maybe even 300. But a lot of people I know that I've heard say that a lot of places have a general rule of no more than 300 pounds, period, even for a very short trail ride. And I'm not body shaming them. I'm not trying to say that they are somehow so large, but two adult people, I am sure that they weigh well over 300 pounds combined, possibly more than 350. I don't really know. I have no idea kind of what men weigh. But I don't think I'm being outrageous here and suggesting that they're just too heavy for this horse to be riding, period. Secondly, it's just sort of an odd thing to do, to ride doubles. And I kind of made fun of this before because I was like, oh, do they think this is like this super romantic footage? It's going to be like a romance novel cover. We call them the clinch covers, things like that. And then I'm realizing if this is something that they did kind of around Garrison's funeral, it kind of makes me feel icky inside. Now, maybe that's possibly not it, but it does seem that I'd always kind of assumed maybe they went up to Wyoming and did it. I find them riding doubles to be a very odd choice. I mean, my husband and I have been riding horses for well over a decade, and we've never gotten on the same horse. At the same time. Sorry, we've been on a horse, but not at the same time. So I find this really bizarre, especially for someone who grew up as a cowboy. So I'm just sort of like, oh, if they're going to do this around the Garrison's passing, I don't know. This all just seems very, very odd. So unless there's something like one of their horses ran off and they're just walking back like 50 feet, but in which case I'd say walk back. So there you go. I'm hoping this isn't the case. I'm hoping it's something like funny that I can make fun of, because that's what I like to do for the show, and it's not terribly depressing. So we'll see.